Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I am in fact back on the PTR, but today I am testing out Destro Warlocks. So Destruction Warlocks is the special... Dude, do you mind? I'm trying to do a commentary here. But guys, today I have in fact already created a video similar to this on Affliction and Demo. So I really hope you enjoyed those. The links to those videos will be in the description down below for you guys to check out. But today I am in fact covering the third and final specialization for Warlocks, which is in fact Destruction. So I'm basically going to cover stuff like spells, talents, PvP talents, and so much more. I'll also do a couple arena games as well, just to showcase obviously what Destro can do in regards to burst, in regards to playstyle, and just everything that has changed. So I'll try and be brief, but at the same time I will also try and give you as much detail as possible. So first of all, I'm going to kick things off by doing what I did in the previous video, so something similar in the fact that I'm going to explain what the level cap is for Shadowlands and compare it to BFA. So this kind of will be a comparison, but I'll also be just talking about Shadowlands as well, so I really do hope you enjoy it. But guys, the dwarf's coming back, and he's basically saying, Xrathis, hurry up, get into the video. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the level cap. So as you can see, the level cap is, well, not the level cap, but your 120 character from BFA. So as you know, when you actually go to BFA, you get up to 120, but in Shadowlands that's actually halved, so the max level cap is now level 60, and your 120 character will be reverted to level 50, and then you will actually have to level up to level 60, which is great. So as you can see here, my stats have gone down 27k HP now instead of like 600k, which is actually far better in my opinion, and I would much prefer being a lower level, so level 60 or 70 or 80, just below 3 digits, rather than being like level 300 or 500 within the next couple expansions. So I'm actually really glad Blizzard done this change. But enough of talking about level cap. I've covered this in the past before, so we're going to jump straight into it. And I want to talk to you about the general Warlock spells. So basically the spells that are linked to all 3 specializations, not just Destro. So if I jump straight into it, I'll cover the spells that I think are important and the spells that I actually like. So basically, Corruption. So Corruption is actually a spell that is available for all 3 specializations now, which is great. For Affliction, Corruption is actually instant cast. So if you have an enemy, there's no cast time whatsoever. You just put the dot on the target and they start rotting down, which is cool. But for Destro and Demo, it's on a 1.4 second cast time, which kind of sucks. Now, I've covered this in the previous video, so I'm kind of repeating myself here, but obviously, just for the people who haven't seen those 2 videos, I want to cover it again. So basically, if you don't know, Destro and Demo are kind of like soul shard spending specs, right? Destro, what they do is they, put Immolate on 2 targets, right? They start using their Incinerate, their Conflagrate, and once they have their Embers, they start to spam Chaos Bolt. Simple as that. Jesus, Chaos Bolt hits for a ton. That's going to be fun in PvP, that's all I'm saying. But basically what I'm trying to say is that Destro is a soul shard spending spec. You ramp up your soul shards. Once you hit full soul shards, you spend it on Chaos Bolt and you rinse and repeat. Same with Demo in the sense that you do that with Hand of Gul'dan, then you summon your Tyrant deals a lot of damage, and then you rinse and repeat when your Tyrant's going to come back up, etc. So I don't see a point where you would actually use Corruption in your rotation, because you're actually kind of losing out on damage. The only place I would actually see this is in PvE, sure, but in PvP I would see this when the enemy's trying to run. I could actually see this being effective, because if they're on low HP, you could put Immolate on, you could put Corruption on, then you could put Rain of Fire behind the pillar. Try and bait him out with your Cataclysm maybe, and that's just going to stop him from drinking, man. Keep your pet on them. The Corruption's going to rot him down just by a little bit, but obviously they should be able to cleanse themselves and dispel this, so all depends, right? It's up to you, but I still think it's a solid change. At least we have another ability to look forward to playing into, well, using, right? So it's pretty good. We have our curses back. Hell yes. We have Curse of Exhaustion, Curse of Tongues, and Curse of Weakness. Baseline for all 3 specializations. Curse of Exhaustion, what this does is it reduces the target's movement speed by 50% for 8 seconds, but you only can have 1 curse up on that 1 target at a time. For example, say this is a demon hunter and I want to put the slow on him. What the hell was... What the... Okay then. Damn. That was a goddamn warhorn if I've heard one. But basically, if I put Curse of Exhaustion on him, I can't put weakness on him as well. It will replace the existing curse that is on that target. But if I wanted to put weakness on this target, for example, I can do, and then my exhaustion will stay on this target. So you can't have two targets affected by... No, you can't have one target who's affected by two curses. It will only work if you have two targets affected by one curse each. Or if you have, depending on how many curses you have, you only can have one target per curse. If that makes sense, one curse per target. So pretty decent. So exhaustion reduces movement speed by 50% for 8 seconds. Curse of Tongues forces the enemy to speak demonic, increases the casting time of their spells by 30%. So say if a warlock's trying to use fear on you, a mage trying to do poly, put this on before, well, when they start casting and everything, and it's going to increase their casting time. So it's basically just going to make it harder for them to actually get their casts off, which is nice. You have Curse of Weakness, increases the time between an enemy's attacks by 20%. Very nice for negating melee burst. For example, if a rogue tries to open on me and he blinds me, right, or kidneys me, I can trinket, put weakness on him, and he's actually going to be slower to attack me, which is really, really cool. Same with like demon hunters, I can do the same with them, and warriors, etc. So it's really, really nice. As I'm aware, your curses can be dispelled and cleansed and everything like that, so you got to watch out for that. But still pretty cool. Demonic Circle though, baseline again, so it's not a talent, which is cool. 0.3 second, 36 second cast time. But oh, there's people attacking over there. Damn, they're doing PvP. But if you don't know what Demonic Circle is, it's just extra mobility for Warlocks. Say if a warrior charges me, or heroic leaps, or a Death Knight running towards me, or Demon Hunter foul rushes to me, I can just basically portal, and then it's just gonna, you know, increase the gap between me and the target, and it's gonna work a lot better, which is nice. And then also we have a new spell called Foul Domination, which is actually pretty good. Now, I know it doesn't seem like much, so if I read it out to you, it's an instant cast. Your Imp, Voidwalker, Succubus, Foul Hunter, Foul Guard, Summon spell has its casting time reduced by 5.5 seconds, 3-minute cooldown. Now, if you don't know already, Blizzard have in fact increased the cast time of your summon demon spells. It was 1.5 second cast in BFA, now it's a 4.3 second cast in Shadowlands. I think the main reason why they've done this, I've covered this before, but I think the main reason is because if somebody kills your pet in arena, or if your pet dies in PvE or something like that, or just in PvP in general, right, they don't want you to be able to instantly resummon your pet, right? It's unfair in PvP, especially because say if they just wasted their whole, well, not wasted, but used their whole entire burst to actually get your pet down, it's actually unfair for you to be able to just resummon a pet, right? You have Health Funnel for a reason, and you should use it. Dude, what's this guy doing, man? Alright. I think we got to showcase the demo burst, man. Come on. I don't know what this guy's playing at. I'm trying to record a video and you're interrupting me. I have no idea why. And I got 2 Infernal procs there. But basically, I think Foul Domination is going to be actually quite good. It's going to have a high skill cap in the sense that if they kill your pet, instantly resummon it. You can probably try and get your pet charm out, or you can get your lockout quite easy from your Foul Hunter. So it's really, really nice, and I actually can't wait to try this. And I think this guy who tried attacking us rezzed up the Spirit Healer because he is nowhere to be seen, which is actually pretty good, man. Don't mess with Xrathis. He'll hit you with those 2 Chaos Bolts apparently, and you would die. It's insane. But yeah, Ritual of Doom, I actually got this quite wrong, so I do apologise. But Ritual of Doom, I thought it was the same Ritual of Doom from Legion when you're trying to get the artifact weapon. I think it was for Destro now, the artifact weapon for Destro, where you basically summon it. It takes 3 people to summon, and then you summon a demon to kill, and then you can potentially get the drop. But it actually isn't. It's basically a ritual, right? It requires 4 party members to complete the ritual, and it basically summons a Doom God to assist you for like 15 minutes, I think it said. Cost a Soul Shard Swell, 1 hour cooldown, so I think it's mainly used for low levels and just for a bit of fun, so could be quite decent. Subjugate Demons, basically kind of the same, but all you need to do is go to a demon up to level 51. I think it's usually a level higher than you, but I could be wrong. Forcing it to basically succumb to your wrath, and serve you. So it's actually pretty cool. But overall, those are just the generic Warlock spells, so the general ones. No passives here for all three specializations, just the standard spells. Now, if I cover the Destro specific spells, we actually have... I don't think we have any new spells, if I'm completely honest. I cover everything and obviously talk about stuff, but overall it seems like Destro's kind of just been left to it. There's some spells that have been removed, and some like tweaks and stuff like that, but I'll cover that in a second. So basically, I just covered the spells that are not from my talents. So we have Chaos Bolt, which is, standard. Unleashed a big blast of chaos, dealing a critical strike for 2.4k damage to your target, obviously depending on your level as well. We have Conflagrate, triggers an explosion on the target and dealing X amount of fire damage, reduces the cast time of your next Chaos Bolt by 30% for 10 seconds. Really good, obviously 2 charges of that. We also have Havoc, which basically allows you to, if you don't know what Havoc does, you put it on one target and then your spells will duplicate to the other target. So it just allows you to attack more than one target at once. But if you play the Focus Chaos PvP talent, then your Chaos Bolt's not going to spread to the other target. It's just going to hit the one target. So pretty decent. I actually like Havoc. I find it's really unique and it's a really cool ability to press. Allows you to get some really cool pressure out and obviously get some embers up, which is nice too. I say embers, I mean soul shards. Also, we have Immolate, which is standard. Just all the standard spells you would usually expect, right? It's just here. You have your Backdraft, you have your Mastery Chaotic Energy. So your spells deal 21.9% increased damage, plus a random amount up to 21.9% increased additional increased damage. You take 4.9% reduced damage, plus a random amount of 4.9% additional reduced damage. That is insane. Backdraft, like I was just saying, Conflagrate reduces the cast time of your next Incinerate or Chaos Bolts by 30%, maximum of 4 charges, which is cool. But overall, there's no passives, there's no new abilities for Destro. It's just the standard, copy-paste BFA Destro. But not like it's a bad thing. I'm definitely not saying it's a bad thing. Like, I think Blizzard have done a good job. Destro didn't need to be changed. It was absolutely overpowered and really overtuned. So I hope that in Shadowlands, all 3 specializations are actually pretty good now. I would really like to see some change, in the sense that I don't want everyone to be forced into playing Destro again, because I would really, really like to play, Affliction or Demo again, and maybe, well, Afflictions are always my main spec, right, but Demo and Destro and Affliction I would like to dabble in and play all 3 if I can, but all depends what Shadowlands actually brings. But now, guys, if I move on to the talents, so I'll try and make this short, but I'll try and get straight to the point with you guys, because I know my previous ones have been very, very long, so I don't want to basically talk about the same stuff. So level 15 talents, we have a choice of Flashover, Eradication, and Soulfire. So on Live WoW right now, so on BFA, you actually have the same exact talents, so Flashover, Eradication, and Soulfire. So it all depends on what you want to go. If I play Destro, I'm personally going to go Flashover, just because Conflagrate deals 25% increased damage and grants an additional charge of Backdraft. So as we are talking about here, Backdraft, Conflagrate reduces the cast time of your next Incinerate or Chaos Bolts by 30%, maximum of 4 charges, so you get an additional charge of Backdraft, which is good, and obviously your Conflagrate deals a lot more damage, so what's not to like there, and it works well with Roaring Blaze, and it works well with Cremation, but I'll cover those later. We have Eradication, which is the same. Chaos Bolt increases the damage you deal to target by 10% for 7 seconds. That can be good, don't get me wrong, but that's probably more of a PvE thing, just because you have a big burst window and you're trying to actually, get loads of Chaos Bolts off, so could be good there. And then Soulfire, I'm not going to play this. 45 second cooldown, 2.9 second cast, burns the enemy's soul, dealing 3k fire damage and applying Immolate, generates 1 soul shard. Well, I say 3k, obviously depends on your level and everything, but 3065 fire damage, so not really good in my opinion. Level 5 talents, we have a choice of Reverse Entropy, Internal Combustion, and Shadow Burn. It's the exact same on Live WoW as well. I personally would just play Reverse Entropy or Shadow Burn, because Reverse Entropy gives you 15% haste for 8 seconds, while has a chance to, so every spell you cast has a chance to give you the haste, and obviously haste is very beneficial for casters and just in general for most classes, so really, really nice. Internal combustion, Chaos Bolt consumes up to 5 seconds of immolate's damage over time effect on that target, instantly dealing that much damage. So say if I have immolate on target and I use Chaos Bolt, has a chance to basically instantly deal the immolate's damage while you Chaos Bolt. So it's basically like a big burst opportunity, but I would prefer the haste. You also have Shadow Burn, which is actually pretty cool because it costs a soul shard to use, right? 8.6 second recharge. You have a maximum of 2 charges of Shadow Burn, so it blasts a target for 949 Shadow Flame damage, gaining 50% critical strike chance on targets that have 20% or less health. So it's really, really nice if you're trying to finish an enemy. If you don't have any, soul shards up, well, I say any soul shards. If you don't have enough soul shards for a Chaos Bolt, because obviously Chaos Bolt costs 2 soul shards and not just 1, then you could actually use Shadow Burn to finish the target off. But personally, I think it would be better to use Reverse Entropy just for the haste increase, so you can get more Chaos Bolts off and more spells off in general. But Shadow Burn is quite good. It also says here if you restores 1 soul shard if the target dies within 5 seconds. So pretty nice. Level 30 talents, you have Demon Skin, Burning Rush, and Dark Pact. Again, it's the same exact spells on Live WoW right now. Demon Skin's going to be the one I'm going to play, right? Just gives you a better, absorption rate, and just gives you a better shield in general, so it's really, really nice. Burning Rush, probably used in PvE because it increases your movement speed. Obviously, ticks away your health over a couple of seconds, but obviously Burning Rush is still good to get you to places you want to be in PvE, where you can't use mounts basically as well. Dark Pact is just a big absorption shield, but I think Demon Skin's probably going to be better than Dark Pact anyway, so it's up to you what you want to go there. Level 35 talents, you have a choice of Inferno, Fire and Brimstone, and then you also have Cataclysm. So here, it all depends on what you want to go. So Rain of Fire damage is increased by 20% and has a 20% chance to generate a Soul Shard fragment. So basically, every time you use Rain of Fire, has a chance to obviously give you more Soul Shard fragments, therefore turning into a bigger Soul Shard over the course of the duration. So hopefully you could actually get lucky and get maybe a couple Soul Shards out of that, which is quite nice. You have Fire and Brimstone. Incinerate now also hits all enemies near your target for 40% damage. Generates 2 Soul Shard fragments for each additional enemy hit, which is actually quite good. I'm happy with this. And then Cataclysm, 30 second cooldown, 1.4 second cast. Calls forth a Cataclysm on the target location, dealing 1.3k Shadow Flame damage to all enemies within 8 yards and afflicting them with Immolate. So exact same like BFA, right? In BFA we have Inferno, Fire and Brimstone and Cataclysm, so it's the same talents again, but I think Cataclysm's going to be the way to go, but I'm not even kidding. Fire and Brimstone might actually be okay, because it's kind of like Cataclysm, but all depends on what you want to go. I think Fire and Brimstone's more of an AoE build for PvE, but yeah, again, Cataclysm's really nice too, so I could see both of these working out good. Inferno I don't really like too much. It's a cool concept, but I don't really like it, but the fact that your Incinerate now hits all enemies near your target for 40% damage and generates 2 Soul Shard fragments for each additional enemy hit, that's really good, because obviously Cataclysm doesn't do that. So all depends on obviously what you want to go. If you go against loads of pets, Fire and Brimstone might be good, but with Cataclysm, obviously many people use that in Live WoW because you have PvP traits, or you just have traits in general, right? Which basically, if you have Flashpoint, when your Immolate deals periodic damage to a target above 80% health, gain 134 haste for 10 seconds, so works really nice and just works hand in hand with Cataclysm, because if you put Cataclysm on like loads of DK pets, right, they're going to be above 80% health, so you're going to get a load of haste, so, but I could see both of these being nice. Level 40 talents, you have Dark Fury, Mortal Coil, and Howl of Terror. It's the same like Affliction and Demo, same exact ones. I'll cover this really quickly. Go Mortal Coil if you want the healing, 45 second cooldown, incapacitates the target for 3 seconds, and it heals you for 20% of your maximum health, which is great. Howl of Terror, it was on a 1.1 second cooldown, but Blizzard have changed that now to instant. It's on a 40 second cooldown. What I mean by this, it has a 1.1 second cast time, and now it's on a 40, and it's also on a 40 second cooldown, but Blizzard have changed it to an instant cast on a 40 second cooldown. Damn, I said that so bad, I do apologise. But basically what this spell does, it fears anyone who's around you within 10 yards for, causing 5 enemies within 10 yards to flee, disorienting them for X amount of seconds. Damage may cancel the effect. So it's basically a mass AoE fear, which is nice. Level 45 tanks, you have Roaring Blaze, Reign of Chaos, and Grimmer of Sacrifice. As I'm aware, that's actually changed. So Roaring Blaze is on Live WoW. You also have Grimmer of Supremacy, which should be here, but it's replaced by Reign of Chaos. And then Grimmer of Sacrifice was on Live WoW 2 in this one. So they've actually changed how Roaring Blaze works. So on Live WoW, basically what Roaring Blaze did is Conflagrate burns a target for basically 10.7k over 6 seconds. That's what I read it as, and that's basically what it was. So burns a target for around 10,700 damage over 6 seconds. Whereas now, Conflagrate increases your Immolate, Incinerate, and Conflagrate damage to the target by 30% for 8 seconds. Now that is absolutely amazing, right? Just literally right off the gate, it boosts your Immolate, Incinerate, and Conflagrate damage to that one target for 30%. And also, I'm pretty sure, right, if you use Havoc, this is going to work to 2 targets, right? So let's test it here, right? I don't know if there's a debuff or whatever, so ready for this? Yep. Fire damage taken increased by 30%, and that obviously works on 2 targets, so it's really, really nice there. This will work really nicely if you play Cremation 2. If you don't know what Cremation does, it's a PvP talent. Basically, Conflagrate deals up to an additional 3% of the target's maximum health in fire damage if the target is affected by your Immolate. So it's just going to make your Conflagrate deal that much more damage, and it's going to boost the fire damage of your spells, which is so nice. Also have a choice of Reign of Chaos, which obviously replaced Grimmer of Supremacy, which increased your Chaos Bolt damage by, I think it was 8%, and then when you're in PvP it reduces it to 4%. And basically Reign of Chaos, what this does, while your initial Infernal is active, basically your initial one, which is your Summon Infernal, your baseline one, not the one that procs from Vision of Affection. I think that's why they specified, but obviously in Shadowlands, traits, essences, and corruption won't be a thing, so don't worry about that. Every soul shard you spend has a 20% chance to summon an additional Infernal that lasts 10 seconds. So basically, every soul shard you spend, while you have your Infernal out, right, you're going to actually have a chance to summon another Infernal that's going to fight for you. So it's okay, but in my opinion, right, Roaring Blaze is just so much better because the fact that it can go on multiple targets is insane, because that's going to make your Havoc so much better, and it's going to make your Conflagrate damage really, really nice, man. And obviously, if you play Flashover, your Conflagrate damage is already increased by 25% and gives you additional charge of Backdraft, and also increases the damage of your Incinerate, Conflagrate, and Immolate by 30%. Dude, that is literally 30, 40, 50, 55% increased damage. Yeah. That is actually incredible. So your Conflagrate deals 55% increased damage, and if you play Cremation, that's an additional 3%. Damn, man. That is incredible. That's 58%. Wow. We also have Grimmer of Sacrifice. Basically, sacrifice your pet, dealing X amount of additional shadow damage to the targets that you're using your abilities on. But overall, I'd say Roaring Blaze is the best one out of 3 here. Reign of Chaos could be good for AoE pulls in PvE. Grimmer of Sacrifice is okay, but I wouldn't really play it too much unless you don't want to pet. And then Roaring Blaze is just really, really nice. So that's what I would probably play if I played Destro. The reason why I'm playing Reign of Chaos right now is because, obviously, I can use Crashing Chaos. So, if you don't know what it is, your Summon Infernal cooldown is reduced by 15 seconds, and summoning your Infernal increases the damage of your next 8 Chaos Bolts by 161. So basically, I'm playing Vision. Well, if I play Vision of Affection as well, which I am gonna do, so if I swap this out, right, my abilities have a chance to summon an Infernal, right? So that's gonna trigger my my Crashing Chaos, and then it's also going to increase my Chaos Bolt damage. Then if I get another proc from Reign of Chaos, I'm going to potentially have like 3 Infernals out at once, and my Chaos Bolt damage is going to be absolutely ridiculous. And because I'm playing Focus Chaos as well, Chaos Bolt damage is increased by 40%, but no longer strikes an additional target inflicted by Havoc. So my Chaos Bolt is going to hit for a truck, But in Shadowlands, I'd recommend probably playing Roaring Blaze for PvP. Sorry that took ages to cover that, but it's really exciting. That spell is actually really good. Level 50 talents, you have Soul Conduit, Channel Demon Fire, and Dark Soul Instability. Basically the same, every soul shard you spend has 15% chance to be refunded for Soul Conduit. Channel Demon Fire, 18-second cooldown, basically launches 15 bolts of foul fire over 2.2 seconds at random targets are inflicted by your immolate over 40 yards. Each bolt deals 141 fire damage to the target and 56 fire damage to nearby targets. Don't forget, obviously I'm on the PTR right now, so this is subject to change, and obviously I'm only level 50, so the damage is probably it's going to be higher when you level up, so don't worry about that. But I'd play Dark Soul here, right? Just having the extra critical strike chance increased by 30%. 2-minute cooldown, just going to help you with the burst, and it's going to be so much better, man. So that's why I would play Dark Soul there. If I move on to the PvP talents now, you can see there's no Gladiator's Medallion, Adaptation, or anything like that anymore. It's just all gone, so actually pretty nice. So there's actually going to be PvP vendors where you buy trinkets and that from, so really, really nice. So no Adaptation, no Gladiator's Medallion, and no Relentless. But if I just cover the BFA PvP talents first, and then we can go over like the spells that have changed, or the talents that have changed, and just in general what to expect and what to play. So basically in Live WoW you have a choice of Focus Chaos, Foul Fissure, Cremation, Bane of Havoc, Curse of Fragility, Curse of Tongues, Curse of Weakness, Essence Drain, Casting Circle, Entrenched in Flame, Nether Ward, and Demon Armor. So I actually logged on before and I noticed that Entrenched in Flame's gone. So Destro Warlocks no longer have Entrenched in Flame as a PvP talent. I guess Blizzard thought because your Chaos Bolts deal so much damage, they just don't want you to be able to immobilize someone, basically. And, well, I say immobilize, they don't want you to root the target in place while you just spam them with Chaos Bolts, right? So I think they kind of got rid of it just for, just so other classes can have a little bit of leeway when it comes to trying to close the distance and trying to get on the Warlock and everything like that. Plus, Destro Warlocks are tanky in of itself, so yeah, I wouldn't actually recommend having Entrenched in Flame in the game, so it's actually pretty decent, but it was a cool PvP talent nonetheless. Focus Chaos, if you want that big juicy Chaos Bolt damage, just as the spell you want to go, it's really good, increases your Chaos Bolt damage by 40%. I think this is probably still going to be the go-to in PvP in my opinion, but it all depends on what you want to go. Just doesn't, your Chaos Bolt no longer affects a target who has Havoc on it, so it's up to you. If you don't want AoE pressure, then you will play Focus Chaos for the single target build, but if you want AoE pressure, then you probably wouldn't want to play this. Cremation's going to work absolutely brilliantly now. In some situations, I might just swap Focus Chaos out for Cremation and then go Roaring Blaze and Flash over, and my damage from my Conflagrate is going to deal so much, so I actually think that could be better. And if you play Shadowburn too, it could work probably nicely with Cremation and Roaring Blaze and Flash over. I could see that working. But obviously I like Reverse Entropy because of the haste. You have Bane of Havoc, 45-second cooldown, curses the ground with Demonic Bane, causing all your single target spells to also strike targets marked with the Bane. So basically, if you put the Bane on the floor, anyone who's affected by the Bane, all of your spells can actually go on every target who's affected by it. So your Chaos Bolt, your Immolate, your Incinerate, your Conflagrate, anything will actually hit everybody, which is cool. And then you have Bane of Fragility. They've changed the names from Curse of Fragility to Bane of Fragility, etc. I think because of the release of curses for Warlocks baseline now, so they don't want players to get confused. But this basically, 45-second cooldown, instant cast time, reduces the target's maximum health by 15% for 10 seconds, which is cool. You have Amplify Curse, which is actually a new PvP talent, 45-second cooldown, and it empowers your curses. So Curse of Exhaustion will now be a 70% slow to the enemy, because it increases your slow by additional 20%, and it's 50, so 50 plus 20 is 70. Then you have Curse of Tongues, increases casting time by an additional 30%. Tongues is 30% baseline, so that'd be a 60% casting increase for the enemy, which is cool. And then you have Curse of Weakness, enemy is unable to critically strike you, which is absolutely incredible for survivability. You have Essence Drain, and basically same as Live WoW, every time you drain life, it's going to give you like a damage reduction, stacking up to 5 times. You also have Casting Circle, 1 minute cooldown, 0.36 second cast. While you're standing in the circle, you're immune to silence and interrupt effects, but obviously it removes that from Unending Resolve. So every time you use Unending Resolve, you actually don't get immunity to interrupt and silence and effects like that. So all depends if you want to go that, but personally I don't like using it. You also have Demon Armor, protects the caster, increasing maximum health by 5% and increases armor by 90%. I always play this, it's really, really good, but obviously depends on whether you want to play it or not. You also have Nether Ward. Sorry, I just kind of messed up the order now because I swapped everything around. But 45-second cooldown, surrounds the enemy with basically a shield that reflects spells from you onto the enemy for 3 seconds. So that's pretty cool. Gateway Mastery increases the radius of your gateway by 20 yards and increases the cast time by 30%. So quicker gateway, longer gateway, and also reduces the time between how often players can take the demonic gateway by 15 seconds. So it's on a 2-minute cooldown, I think. So if you use your gateway, right? I can't use that here apparently, but if you use your gateway, you can't use your gateway for another 2 minutes, but it actually reduces it to a 1.45 second cooldown, I think, which is pretty good. So overall, that's actually pretty nice. I actually like what they've done with the subtle changes to the talents, and I kind of like the fact that they kept it the same. I would have liked to see new spells, like, for example, if I just say the spells that I would like to see, and I don't know if you guys will agree with me, but I don't mean it has to come in Shadowlands. I just mean spells in general that I'd like to see in a future expansion. But if they came in Shadowlands, then even better, but this is just from a Warlock's perspective, right? From someone who's been playing Warlock for so long now. And I just basically, although they don't have to come into the game, it'd just be nice to see a little bit of a change, right? So Kill Jaden's Cunning, if you don't know what this is, it basically allows you to cast while moving for a certain amount of, for a certain duration. So you can cast and, while you're moving, you can cast Fear, you can cast Curse Bolt, you can cast whatever you want for, I think it's like 8 seconds or something, which is cool. I would have liked to see Ember Tap, but I think because Destro's so tanky right now, you probably wouldn't need that in the game. So Ember Tap, if you don't know what this is, it was an ability like ages ago for Destruction Warlocks. Costs 1 Soul Shard, or wow, what they used to call it back then was Embers. That's why I get confused sometimes. I say Embers, but it's Soul Shards because I'm so used to Embers as well, but Soul Shards have been out for so much longer as I recall. But it basically heals you for 5% of your HP and costs a Soul Shard. Really, really ridiculous, so I wouldn't bring that into Shadowlands, but that's just a spell I would like to see return in like a future expansion or something like that. Foul Flame, obviously I've covered this many times now. Foul Flame's really cool. It's just an instant cast ability, does fire damage to an enemy while you're locked out, and while you're locked out you can use Foul Flame, and it's just so nice, man. Now, a spell that I haven't said in a long time is Dark Regeneration, man. Restores 20% of your HP over 10 seconds, increases all other healing spells by 25% of the duration on a 2-minute CD. I would have loved to see that back, but I don't think it would work in Shadowlands because Destro's quite tanky. There's loads of classes who actually are quite tanky as well, so I personally wouldn't add more survivability in the game. If anything, I'd probably reduce a couple bit, so just a little bit, so people would die a lot quicker. So I would like to see the return, but on a basis if, Warlocks got a nerf to their soul leech or something like that. I don't know. But I probably wouldn't, if I had to bring that one spell back to the game, I probably wouldn't pick Dark Regeneration, but it's still a cool concept nonetheless. And then I was talking about Fire and Brimstone. I was going to talk about this, but because it's a passive talent, it's already in the game, but I was going to say I would have liked to see it baseline for Destro, purely for the fact that you can generate more embers and do a load of AoE damage, but then it kind of cancels out Cataclysm, because Cataclysm kind of works the same way, apart from doesn't generate Soul Shard fragments. So the fact that we have it passive in a talent is actually better in my opinion, so actually works out quite nice. But guys, I have now covered the spells, PvP talents, and just everything in general, so I really do hope you enjoyed it. What I'm going to do, I just want to obviously apologise first of all for obviously talking so fast and just, so much in general. It's quite late tonight, so I'm trying to rush through it as much as possible and give you guys, a load of detail. And obviously that guy trying to kill me at the start kind of threw me off, but he got annihilated, man. It's quite funny. I hit the reflect, as I'm aware. I reflect my tongues on him, and then I just hit him with a couple Chaos Bolts and he died. Destro's going to be good again, I think, man. Affliction seems in a really nice place. Demo feels good. in my opinion, but it could be tweaked a little bit to do more damage. That's the only bit it kind of lacks, but overall all 3 specs seem viable right now, which is very, very nice. But obviously everything's subject to change. I have to obviously specify that because this is the PTR. The damage isn't accurate because it's the pre-patch and it's not actually the full live version of Shadowlands. But guys, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do a couple arena games and then I'll end the video. So I appreciate everybody watching so far. Really hope you enjoyed it, and let's jump straight into some arena games. Alright guys, before this game actually starts, I just want to say a big shout out to the Hunter who was in the other skirmish I just did for a warm-up. You're an absolute legend. There was a Hunter who basically said he watched my videos and he knows exactly who he is. Can't remember the name, but that guy's an absolute legend. It was a 3s game and God, sub rogues are busted, man. It was sub, disc priest, and a rep pala, and damn, it went south fast. I think our healer had a mana bug as well, because it said they were at 0% mana. But guys, don't forget I have traits and essences. So my traits are Bursting Flare, Rolling Havoc, ×2 Flashpoint, Chaos Shards, and then I also have Crashing Chaos. And then I've also gone with Vision Perfection, Breath of the Dying, Conflict Strife, and Lucid Dream. So not too bad there. I'm going to go on the Hunter, I think. That's what I want to do. Got Pet Charm going as well. Could be quite decent. Just trying to get in position, you know. Okay, we're waiting. You know what? Let's do it. Let's go. I'm going to roll in. I'm going to do it. You ready? You ready for this? Pet Charm. No, he broke it. He broke it. All right, what I can do? Double coil, maybe. Double coil. He reflected. Big chaos bolts now. Maybe I can 1v2 this. Big damage. What the? What? Huh? Hold the... Okay, so Obsidian Claw, Lethal Strikes. Arcane Shot hit me for 1k. What? I don't even understand what just happened. Oh guys, that game was really interesting. I can't believe I literally got one shot. I have no idea what killed me there. I don't know if it was his barrage or what happened, but something happened. There's so many bugs on the PTR right now. Literally every time I die in arena, right, there's a bug where when I actually leave the arena, I die, and then when I release Spirit, I die, and I just literally have to close my game and then reopen it. And I had to restart my computer, but I think just closing the game works. It's just absolutely, it's weird, man. I don't know. But we're against Arms Warrior, Sub Rogue. Fingers crossed we can win this one. Sub Rogues are so strong though, man. Come on. Here's the build that I'm going to be playing though. We got this. If I can get combat instantly, it's going to be great. But I'm not going to be able to. Can he flare on top of me, maybe? That'd be quite decent. Didn't get him out. Come on, come on, come on. I'll just send my pet over then. May as well set my pet over. Gonna charm him, see if he can sniper shot him maybe. Big damage. What the? No, I didn't even click it. Dude, I can't believe that happened. Cast bolt. He missed the kick. Come on. Reflect. Nice. I'm actually going to reduce... I reduced his movement speed as soon as that happened. Here comes the damage. And he's dead. Pet Charm. Awesome. It's so weird, man. Oh my god. I did 127k damage and the rest of them did 40k. I literally did as much damage as all of them combined and more. Nice. Alright guys, looks like we have some threes games going on right now. We're against Havoc, Demon Hunter, Discipline Priest and Affliction Warlock. Gonna go on the Warlock here and see if we can kill him. Now, Destro actually feels okay. It's kind of hard to say right now because there's so many bugs going on. Literally, I'm getting one-shotted. There's some death animation bugs. There's so much going on, but I think Destro's still going to be decent though. Alright, just hitting this guy, building some embers up. Alright, I'm going to reflect here then. Here comes big damage. He's got reflect up, so we're fine. He locks me. I'm actually going to see if I can line this. We're going to go on the Demon Hunter, it looks like. I'm going to actually hit the lock then. While okay, okay, literally it's the fastest games ever, which is so nice, man. Alright, on to the next one. Alright guys, we're against Double Arms Warrior. This could be very interesting. I've also gone with Roaring Blaze, and then I've also swapped out Nether Ward for Cremation. And yeah, I was previously using Reign of Chaos. I just want to obviously show you a different build and just see obviously if the Cremation damage is really, really good. Unfortunately, I don't have any add-ons whatsoever though, so it's my fault. Alright, here comes the big damage. Ready for this? Gonna wait for his Blade Storm to end. He feared me. What I can do is I can use my care spot. Oh, 7k care spot. And I just got killed by, I don't, wait, how did I kill myself? I wasn't even attacking him when he had reflect up. That was strange. Sometimes there's loads of bugs on the PTR right now. You just die to nothing, which is strange, but looks like we got the win. Awesome. My damage though, look at this, 141k. Like, I'm telling you, Destro feels like BFA Destro in the sense that you hit really hard, but for some reason, I think it's just because it's the PTR and it's quite buggy, you can die to anything. It's really, really strange. But let's jump onto the next one. Alright guys, against Marksman Hunter and Sub Rogue right now, I'm going to try the Roaring Blaze build with Cremation. Hopefully it goes good. Marksman Hunters can hit a ton with like their sniper shot and aim shot, and just Sub Rogues, man, they can kill you in the opener. And because there's no trinkets, it's kind of bad. Alright, I'm going to play out here. Might sound bad, but I can just TP. I'm sapped right now, I'm actually going to dismount. Immediately wall. TP away from this. I'm going to teleport. Here comes damage from him. Oh, I'm dead. Come on. Live. I can live this. He stepped me. Juice his casts. Cast bolt. Come on, cast bolt. Hoo-hoo, baby. The reverse sweep. Haha. Pet Charmin, maybe? Nice. Good job, dude. What I can do is claw him, TP away. Not gonna lie, I thought we were gonna lose that, and then like 2 care bolts later, and then the dream came alive. And what I mean by that is that rogue got absolutely annihilated. What the hell, man? To the next one. Alright guys, it looks like it's a 1v2 right now, so this is the build that I'm going to be going. Just going to try the same build, not as the previous clip that you just saw, but the ones before that. So fingers crossed we can actually win. I really like playing the PTR right now because it gives me an idea like how Warlocks are going to feel in Shadowlands, and it just feels good. Are they going to respect the 1v1? Does he want the 1v1? He probably does. Come on, dude. Ask the rogue. Pet charm. Throw the curse out. Claw. Cast bolt. See if I cat this. Gateway across, just in case. He's going to run now. He's respecting the 1v1 though. That's what I like. Pet Charm. Hit him with the wall. Big damage. Hit him with the Reflect. Hit him with the Chaos Bolt again. I killed him. I'm pretty sure. Yep. What? Dude! I don't understand what this damage is. It just randomly kills me. This is what I'm talking about on the PTR. Just random damage kills you for no apparent reason. Like, you pull out the combat log, right? And say if you, like, pull this out. What killed me here? Chaos Bolt hit this guy. Chaos Bolt hit that guy. Lethal Strikes healed me. Chaos Bolt got Ripper. Conflagrate. Lucid Dreams healed me. You killed him. Your Chaos Bolt hit him. And it oh, that happened to... I'm an idiot. It was the Rogue. The Rogue hit me for Dreadblades, melee. Melee. But that was it. He actually didn't do enough damage to kill me. And see, look, I absorbed most of this damage. So I have no idea how we died there. I really don't. Like, today, of all days, has been the worst for bugs on the PTR. Literally, I've had so many bugs. I've had bugs where you die. When you leave the battleground, you just instantly die. You got to restart your game. I've had bugs where you just die to nothing. There's just so much going on right now. I don't know what is going on, but all I know is we absolutely annihilated that rogue. But let's jump on to the next one, guys. Really do hope you're enjoying it. Alright, guys, we're getting Shadow Priest and Havoc Demon Hunter here. I'm going with the Roaring Blaze Cremation build right now, just to obviously get some more games in and try that out. Overall, though, I'm liking Destro. It's quite good. Feels just similar to the BFA Destro, but overall, at the moment, the PTR definitely had some issues, and the reason why I've shown games like that, where I die in like one hit, is just to obviously say to you guys that this is just a PTR. Things are subject to change, so don't worry. Alright, let's go. First of all, put your curses up. Brilliant. I can fear off this too. Hit him with the fear. Thing is, right, he can't do anything because there's no trinkets on the PTR right now. So he actually physically can't do anything. Damn, I feel bad. Regenerating, what? Hit him with the fear, hit him with the Chaos Bolt, and he dies. 6k Chaos Bolts. Look at that, I've literally basically doubled everybody's damage. It's really insane. Chaos Bolt is absolutely ridiculous. We'll do one more and then I'll go to the outro, guys. Let's do it. Alright, guys, the last game of today will in fact be us against a Sub-Rogue and a Windwalker Monk. So fingers crossed this goes well. I'm just going to play this build. Just going to stay with the original build that I had at the start of this video. Hopefully we can win this one. Going to hopefully, you know, Pet Charm him at the start. And then into a Pet Stun. Well, into an Infernal Stun, sorry. And then hopefully I can get some big Chaos Bolts out. That's the plan, at least. Rain of Fire. Right, here comes the Pet Charm. Nice. Here comes double coil. Well, no, actually, no, not double coil because I messed it up. I'm going to wall here. Chaos Bolt. Can actually TP away. The rogue's already dead. How did that happen? He bopped me, which is great. Here comes the Chaos Bolt. Into a Reflect. Into a... He left. He left the game. That was okay, but wasn't the best. Alright, guys, we're going to jump straight into the outro now. I would just click leave match and then talk over it, but unfortunately, every time I leave a battleground, well, 99% of the time, I go into a death animation screen. So I see you, you know, when I talk about, well, when I talk in the outro. Yeah, that's what I was wanting to say, Xrathis. Jeez, man. Alright, guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and I was, in fact, right. When I clicked leave game, my character went in the death animation screen, and we did, in fact, die. But basically, overall, I just want to give my opinion on Destro right now. I've tried all three specs now, and I think that Affliction's my favourite out of the three. Then, I'm not sure about the other two, right? Demo's really, really nice. I do like Demo, and Destro hits hard with his Chaos Bolt. But, like I said earlier, it kind of is just a reskin from BFA Destro. It's like they just copy and pasted it onto Shadowlands and called it a day. But just added, like, curses and demonic circle to it. Which isn't a bad thing. I know it kind of sounds like I'm making it into a bad thing, but I actually think that's pretty good because, like, there wasn't... was gonna say there wasn't anything wrong with Destro and BFA. There definitely was, right? Chaos Bolt was overtuned. They were too tanky, and just overall, you know, every Warlock was kind of forced into playing Lock. I shouldn't really say they were forced, but you know, that was like the only viable spec if you wanted to push high-rated PvP. Like the others were viable too, but it's just that Destro was just the one that everybody considered to be the best, right? But in Shadowlands, obviously, you kind of get an understanding what Destro Lock is like right now, but obviously the damage isn't going to be correct because it's the PTR and everything's subject to change. Like you saw earlier, right, I was getting one shot by just random spells. I seen somebody in a previous game get one shot by Crucible of Flame, so anything can happen. I don't know if that was me actually. That was probably me. I don't know. I think it might be my teammate, but at the end of the day, it could have been me as well. But just overall, Destro is actually quite good. If you can get your Chaos Bolt off, you do a lot of damage, as you saw in this video. Their utility is great as well. You know, just double Havoc. Havoc into a double coil is really nice. You got Reflect. You have your Gateway. You got your Fear. You got your Pet Stun. Like, it's really nice. Unfortunately, there's no like trinkets though. In the in the PTR right now, so it's kind of hard to actually give you a proper breakdown what it would be like in Arena, but I tried my best, and I really do hope you enjoyed it. But overall, guys, to sum up, Destro is really good right now. All three specs are really looking promising in Shadowlands. I would say that Warlocks are looking very good, especially Affliction, man. Malefic Rapture hits for a truck, and it's so good, and I just really like Affliction right now. Demo's good. It's kind of like the same as Destro in the sense that it's kind of like a reskin, but yet they've done a couple changes with like the way your Tyrant works as well, which is kind of nice, and he does deal a lot of damage as well. And then with Destro, it's kind of like a reskin again, but at the same time it's quite fun because you actually do a lot of damage and you have good utility to work with as well. And obviously with the new change in regards to Roaring Blaze, it's actually really, really nice. So overall, I think Blizzard have done a solid job, and I know I keep saying it's like a reskin, which kind of makes it sound bad, but it's overall a good change, I would say. But I really do hope you enjoyed today's video and enjoyed the arena games as well. This was just my breakdown on Destro Warlocks and just my first thoughts in general. Overall, all three specs are absolutely amazing. Shadowlands going to be good. I can already see it, man. Literally, there's specs that people are playing that are actually viable now, and I didn't think those specs were going to be viable for a long time. Like, you know, Sub-Rogue, people haven't really played that for quite a while now, right? Nobody's played like Affliction since like the start of BFA, and people playing Marksman now. So just loads of stuff are happening, and changes are happening for the better, and I just can't wait to jump into Arena and jump into some PvE and just basically jump into Shadowlands with with just a new experience and a new insight into, you know, PvP and everything. Because I say new insight, what I mean by that is you can't really underestimate any class at the start of an expansion, right? Because everything's kind of balanced. I say everything's balanced. What I mean by that is you don't really know what's balanced and what's not balanced, right? Because nothing has been really changed yet. So you'd have to kind of get an understanding like halfway through the season to find what what compositions are good. But overall, I think it's really, really nice. But sorry for dragging out this outro for so long. I really do hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, then obviously make sure to leave a like, comment down below, let me know what you think of Destro, and I actually think it's pretty good. But overall, guys, I think Warlocks are going to be amazing in Shadowlands, and I just can't wait to obviously play the expansion. It's definitely not far, you know, really not far now until the expansion actually comes out. But guys, thank you for watching today's video. If you did like it, then obviously make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and also subscribe to the channel. I've been Xrathis. I'll catch you in the next one. So, peace! Guys, what is this? Release Spirit. I literally have a death bug. Are you kidding me?